Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmad Hassan, and in previous video we stopped here. So now let's start from here. But after this, first we can see that what we have done before. So firstly we can import these things. These are the basic things, and after this we can import the classes and the methods that are in these type of classes, the chess game player and the chess game dot game, and this is the module here. And from this module we can import the game class, and then we can make the object of this game class, and then we can use this and call the function and pass these four necessary parameters. After this, the function is called here. This function is called the start game. So in this function, this is the basic thing, a variable which contains true or false. If this condition is true, then a result is equal to self.thisGame, and this is another a function which is called, and it takes these four parameters. And when this function is called, we are here, and we can explain these things in the previous video. Now we can start from here, and if board.turn, we can see that the board is the object of the class board that we can make here. So this board, and this is the object of this class. So we can use the attribute turn of this object of class, and we can use object dot attribute. So board dot turn, and we can put byte underscore p. We can use this as an object and call the functions and pass board here. So what is the move function done? So the move function here is used to find the best move, and this is the very important function of this chess game, because it finds the best move using the Minimax algorithm here. So we can pass the board here and the best move. In this best move, we can use self.minimax, and we can call a function in the class and pass these three necessary parameters here. So underscore minimax is here. So this is the function. Now the thing is, I am not going to explain this in this video because this take a lot of time. So this is the task of another video. So we can stop here and continue from here. So after we can use the Minimax algorithm, we have here the best move. So in the best move we have this, which is returned by the underscore minimax. So min score and the best move, we can return the best move of 1. So this is the index best move dot UCI, which is a built-in function. So this thing is returned and come here. Similarly, if the else is executed, the same thing happens for black underscore p. We can use, after these conditions, we can use board object dot push, which is a built-in method, and pass the move here. So after this we can check if a visual which is true or false. If this is true, then we can clear output. So this is the whole which is executed in the try block here, and if this is not work, except is executed and it prints stopped, game stopped. After this, so the game has two things, win or lose, but there is another thing which is the check tie. So the game may be tie, so we can call a function here if check tie, and we can pass these two parameters, board is the basic and the claim draw, which is true. And now we can check this function here, the tie function. So here is the check tie. It takes these two parameters, which is one of them is a boolean, and now there are a lot of statements here in this tie. So board dot is checkmate, is stalemate, is 5-fold a repetition, or is insufficient a material. So these are all the built-in method in the class board, and this is the object. Using this object we can access these methods, and we can use OR in all these statements. So if the claim draw that we can pass here, if this is true, then this a condition is executed, and tie or block, one of them will come here. And if tie is true, then this is a return true else false. So the main thing is that what comes here in this try. So try or the board dot can claim, and this is also a built-in a method which is in the class board, and this is the object of that class. So in this method it returns true and false. So after this we can say that the game is try or not. So here we can check win. After this we can check win in else block. So what is in win? So it is very simple. We can pass the block and the player. So this is then if condition, if board dot is checkmate and board dot turn equal to not player. So these are the two conditions, and is checkmate is an built-in function and dot turn is an attribute of the class board. And if these two conditions and there are an AND operation, if this is true, if the whole condition is true, then it returns true else false. So on the basis of this it decides the win or not. So after this the whole, again the condition if the virtual, so the visual sorry, if a visual, so the visual, if the visual is true it executes this. So this is an HTML things which is actually we can use the GUI. So this is important in the case. So this is and things for the GUI. So after this we have the main results of the whole functions, result states. So these are all the built-in attributes dot solver or dot fan dot peak. These are us, and these are the objects white underscore p black and board dot board, and these are all the objects, and this take all the information about the game, the history move, the last move, and all the things here. And after this the result state, these things, these a dictionary is returned. Now if this is a return, it comes here, from there it is called. So the result is stored in the result. So if this a condition is not executed, then else is executed, and the same thing happens for this data. So in the last the result is a return in the class that we called here. So here in this result the result is stored. So here after processing all the functions and classes, the result of this is stored in this variable here, and this is the result. So we can print this here like this, and these are the white and black and fan and the last moves and the history moves. There are a list, there are a lot of history moves here, so we can see that these type of moves. So these are all the functions which are processed and combined to make the game. This is the last result. Now we can see that how the results look like in GUI. So here the GUI looks like. So this is the game, and after playing this the result is stored in this variable, and this is all the results and the move, the previous move. And after this we can make a table here which explain all the moves and the history moves and all the data by calling this function here, the start game, which is this function, the start game, which returns the data frame of the result that we can return here. So this function simply make a panda table which shows all the data which is important for this game. Here's the table look like. So that's it. This is the whole things that I want to explain. So thanks for watching, and I hope